When Jerry Asp left school in 1965 to work underground at the Tantalus Butte coal mine, who knew he would surface as a world-class negotiator, set to leave an indelible mark on the mining industry?
Jerry has the ability to talk very candidly in the Longhouse with elders and Aboriginal leaders that certainly I'm unable to do, and vice versa. Jerry often has to read the riot act within the boardroom to get cooler heads to prevail in regards to what needs to be done to get First Nations on side with a project to move forward.
And I think he is a leader, and he's got great energy, and he has a wonderful job of expressing that energy and getting people involved in the process. And the world needs more people like Jerry to get things done.
As a former chief of the Tahltan Nation, negotiating is part of Jerry's heritage. He says the Tahltan people have been traders from time immemorial. But his success can also be attributed to his deep knowledge of the mining industry. After 15 years underground, he went back to school to study business.
He's been an underground driller. He's run equipment. He's built roads. He's built underground tunnels. So he's got a lot of very basic knowledge about our industry. Helped set up the Tahltan Nation Development Corporation.
And they were in the process of doing the first modern houses in Telegraph Creek in 1984. They were negotiating. And so I said to them, why don't we start a company and we become the contractor and build those houses ourselves, and at the same time we can train our people to become carpenters or plumbers or gyprockers or somebody to work in the housing industry. And they thought it was a good idea. And so that's when we started the Tahltan Nation Development Corporation in April 1985.
By 1991, the company had become the largest native-owned and operated construction company in Western Canada, and remains the largest in British Columbia after 25 years in operation. It has had a significant impact on the community.
When I started the Tahltan Nation Development Corporation back in 1985, we had 98% unemployment on our reserve in the winter and 65% unemployment in the summer. When I left as chief 2006, we had 0% unemployment in the summer and 5% in the winter. And we've got journeyman mechanics, journeyman electrician, journeyman welders. We graduated 18 journeyman carpenters. I think we have 5 or 6 full-fledged chefs trained in our catering division.
Jerry Asp has been instrumental in forging many groundbreaking relationships between the Tahltan Nation and the mining industry.
He was the key leader behind creating the impact benefits agreement for the Bear Dog mine, and of course was an early leader on the Eskay Creek mine. He also was the main guy behind creating the independent power project in Dease Lake that got Dease Lake off diesel power.
I negotiated the first impact benefit agreement in the province of British Columbia between a resource developer and a First Nation, and that was the Golden Bear mine. We negotiated open pit mining, we negotiated the settling pond contracts first, we negotiated the site work, we aided and helped build the mill, and negotiated a 20% employment opportunity target for the Tahltan people in that project.
Signing an agreement with Nova Gold on the Galore Creek project was a major milestone.
This is a huge project, so there's a lot of other ramifications to discuss, and I think Jerry was instrumental in us being able to put together what we call a participation agreement with the Tahltan, which was a bit of a groundbreaking agreement because it was a participation agreement that was done before we started the permitting process.
Jerry Asp's focus is and always has been on bringing industry and Aboriginals together for the benefit of all concerned. He has worked on many initiatives, including the award-winning Aboriginal Mining Toolkit, which explains the 4 stages of mining operations and their impact on the community.
It was a collaboration between Indian Affairs, PDAC, which is Prospector Developer Association in Canada, MAC, which is the Mining Association of Canada, NRCan, which is Natural Resources Canada, and CAMA, Canadian Aboriginal Minerals Association.
It was Jerry's vision to open the lines of communication between Aboriginals and the mining industry by creating the Canadian Aboriginal Minerals Association.
Taking that conference from 40 or 50 delegates to now it's 500 or 600 delegates was certainly huge leadership on his part.
His innate talent for negotiation and understanding of Aboriginal and industry relations has Jerry in demand around the world. He has consulted in Peru, Chile, Dominica, Ecuador, Guatemala, Argentina, Panama, the Philippines, Australia, and the United States. But his connection to his roots in Canadian mining remains strong. He continues to encourage young people to train for one of the 122 careers available in the mining industry.
People don't understand, Canada is the foremost leader in the world in a lot of things in mining. We're #1 in the world in robotic mining. Canada is foremost in the world in Aboriginal mining relationships. The mining industry in Canada is the #1 user of computers outside of the federal government. We are also #1 in Canada in Aboriginal employment. We employ more Aboriginal people than any other group or sector in Canada outside of the federal government. So the mining industry has been very good to me.
And Jerry Asp has been good for the mineral industry.